My name is Justincredible. I'm born and raised in the state of Florida, USA. I'm here today at the C.C. and Hyatt Brown Museum of Art, which holds the largest collection of Florida-themed art from artists from around the world. My mission is to exhibit and demonstrate that hip-hop is an art form, and it should be valued. Single-handed, the most powerful element on this planet can't understand it. Some try to hide it, it can't vanish, it can't manage. Some try to fight it, you can't stand it. And if you take it for granted, trust me, you will end up stranded. Sometimes it has you spinning in circles, reminiscing on women that hurt you, tripping, slipping, forgetting your curfew, forgetting who birthed you, beginning to listen to heaven, begging for God to never let this feeling desert you. Some say that it's passion, pure attraction, or actions, attachments we can never break down to fractions, microscopic fragments sealed with a kiss, whatever you want to call it, baby. This is as real as it gets. Commonly mixed with lust, this can only exist with trust. It's all about taking risks with guts to listen, respect, connect. No holding grudges, no budging, non-violent. It's not silent. Spending quality time, something that you hardly could find as anti-racist, is faceless. A warm smile, kissing a hug, brown eyes glistening with no intention to judge. Unconditional love is something I would die for, always ride for, fly on I-4, crying till my eyes sore. Is really something that I live for. The reason why I give more, and I choose to forgive all y'all. Every artist has a marketing plan. That club bit, that love bit, that thug bit, that drug bit, all for targeting fans. The whole label is all a part of the scam. Promote them and have you love them like they a part of your fam. It's ridiculous how this business can flip us and switch our lyrics up, fix us up with these gimmicks and images, tricking us with these stereotypes and fantasies. Of course the public can't relate to the stuff they saying, so they forced to love it. Brainwashing to believe in these icons and heroes. These tight-wad De Niros, pythons, cons, and zeros that wanna slang cane and put the hawk in your mouth. Finally, it's that same brain the Pac was talking about. For this season, I rain pain and then I'm washing them out. Leave these phonies and lames drain and then I'm chalking them out. Take a look at the change game is getting dark in the South. Abolitionists maintain I lit the spark, then I'm out. Hip-hop slaves, only concerned about whips and chains. Get on the mic, they all sound alike and spit the same. Nothing original, just clubbing, getting chips and brains. Y'all looking stupid, chasing glitz and fame. You so lame. I got bars like a city jail. I spit fire like I live in hell. Got a sick flow, though I'm living well. I'm a surprise $1 million check in the mail. I'm Tupac's notebook when he was in a cell. And I ain't taking no verses to the grave. So with that pen, I'll be working like a slave. Changing the world has always been my version of the game. And most rappers don't interpret it the same. On that microphone, feel like a line of coke burning through my veins. I feel like I can run from Germany to Spain, then Turkey to Ukraine. So focused, so determined, I'm a lane. Going Super Saiyan, bursting in the flames. Never swerving in my lane. Man, I learned this through my pain, through my hurt and through my shame. Not the surface of my brain. Then my purpose isn't fame. I ain't working for no change or to go splurging on a burgundy, suburban, or range. I realize I'm doing more than just spitting rhymes. I'm infiltrating minds and influencing the times. To put it simply, I'm talking about history. When I go, I gotta die empty. Since elementary, I knew there was something deep down up in me. It's greatness, evidently. Drive of a Bentley, mind of an MC, growed up in Florida, soul of a warrior. I'm fighting the evil that's trying to mislead you. I'm fighting for the people. I'm fighting because I need to. Somebody needs to. Hope this is inspiration for future generations, fellow believers and revolutionaries in the making. Let's take it. Mommy, you carried me 9 months. To carry me, I'm just forever thankful and speechless at times. Your sweetness, uniqueness, all of your physical features of mine reflected. Your soul releases, it shines through your big brown, beautiful puppy eyes, cause dad in me doesn't lie. My anatomy's other side. Daddy's a lucky guy, so happy and funny kind. Never thought I'd find the words to say how I love a smile. Today, how my mother's proud. You raised yet another child. This love has been genetically passed down from heaven, so it can never be cast down. It flows incredibly fast now. Honestly, this woman is stronger than most could ever be, hands down. We were never evicted, wasn't poverty stricken. Food was always in the kitchen. Listen, you was there for me in whatever position I was, with unconditional love. XOXO, kisses and hugs. Cause when I was in trouble, you rescued me. I was vulnerable, but you protected me. Thank you for blessing me, not thinking anything less of me, especially for this legacy. And no G since 73, my pops was pushing a brown caddy down Liberty City, right where Kim Jones found daddy. No average man, full of confidence and common sense. Sometimes I wish that I could be half this man. Glad this man decided to raise me, made me, gave me a sample of hard work, an example of God's work, so determined to see me through, gave me inspiration and information made for the CD too. Thank you for sacrifices I don't know, protecting me, never leaving, evacuating, for being at graduation, listening to my ambitions as a rider, shared advice, taught me to pay attention to the driver. Now, look daddy, your oldest son is growing up now. Finally, your oldest son is blowing up now. I found my way, got out the house of pain, wiped away my tears and every ounce of shame, doing my thing, J Lang. I had to turn my radio off. Too many corny voices in my head, it was kind of like poison to my lead. My pen and pencils were not moving. I was not producing. Creative juices were fruitless. The blank pages in my notebook wouldn't refute this. No excuses for my slothfulness. I can admit I played a huge part in this. This wasn't hard to miss. This is my call and gift. This is from God legit. It's my time, my moment, my season. No lie, I flow. It's no secret. I grind, I'll sow it, I'll reap it. I'm thriving, I'm growing, I'm peaking. My mind's so focused, I see it. This is 9 years in the making. From the divine clear revelation, I was blinded by procrastination. On the sidelines where my assignment for rapping greatness was lazy, a total disaster waiting, blatant, mind rattling. I've been time traveling, feels like I disappeared for years, but nowhere near my peers, but now I'm back on the right track just like that. If you study my music, you truly be in tune with where my life's at. Read between the lines, heed the beats and rhymes, and you'll find out everything you need to know about me. But my whole life is not about me. So I apologize to my supporters. I settled for being low key. I was afraid of old friends, haters, and phonies. Afraid of failure. Afraid of success. Afraid of jealousy from people who don't even know me. Afraid of believing lies that others told me. Afraid of swagger jackets taking my lyrics and stealing a couple bucks from me. It really doesn't matter, but I'm flattered that you really look up to me. See, I'm copywriting now, so you can bite my text. You just make sure that you write my check and pay your respect. This is the soundtrack to my bounce back. Don't you dare burn it like an ounce sack. I'm giving you 102%. Too legit, you can count that. I was slacking off. But now I'm in the lab with a pen and a pad scratching the classic off. This is real. This is passion. This is flow. Art imitating my life. Justincredible. Let's go. It's believing the impossible. Defeating all your obstacles, like March 25th, me leaving the hospital, or January 1st, 2007, handguns in my face, point blank, none on my waist, or 2010 when cops followed me. Wrong identity, about to put an end to me. Or when mom and pop stopped me from jumping off the balcony, 10 stories when the devil hounded me. Every time that I breathe, it's a miracle. So this is literal, physical, spiritual. From scraping couch change to buy groceries, to me and my wife taking trips overseas. I'm real rap raw, nothing changed, still at it. Hard to kill, bars of steel feels classic. Non-stillmatic, smart skill practice, hard will, passion. God still has some miracles. Before we start to get all up in the program about the office romance, I thought it had no chance. From both of us, you can quote, man, she wasn't my type, nothing I liked, I pushed her away with both hands. I found my favor as soon as you hit the set, made an offer you couldn't regret at the movies with your Seth. With no games, spitting fire like an AK, invited her to great faith, arrived not a day late. I was calling, you got the message. Through all the past pain and wreckage, you made the effort. You paid attention to the lesson. Many men have broken your heart, but but the Lord restored and blessed it. It was a wrap later on when I cooked for you, set my trap. Finally, I then met my match from Burlington to a wedding. Who would have known it was a match made in heaven, July 1-7. Okay, let's talk about the process. More or less the faith project when we were first dating, I guess. It was beautiful, quick, moving like an IS. Some ridicule, persecution to digest. At crossroads, when in Porsche mode, had to make it out. Trials, fear, and doubt had to lay them out. Count up the cost, of course it was uncomfortable. Some days I didn't know what to do and it wasn't cool. We wasn't the Huxtables, no substitute. I was surprised. In real life, I was in love with you. Wasn't afraid to say I love you, boo, in front of someone's crew. Didn't front in front of you. You know what it do. My honey pooks, my buddy and buddy too. It ain't nothing new like DJ L's on the 1 and 2s. One man's ex is another man's treasure. I say one man's stress is another man's pleasure. Don't you ever be ashamed. Pay attention to the method of the game that's embedded in your brain. I know this world lets you at the bottom of the bucket and they want to see you drown, but you got to raise above it. Even if it means nada to the public, social media, not the topic of discussion. I don't want to see your hood fights on the internet. I want to see you getting checks, praise for your intellect, pulling up to your high school intellects, working part-time pay plus benefits, recognizing surviving's in your bones, and you shine because the diamond's in your soul. I know you probably tired of seeing these armed robberies, blood crip Mexican mafia robberies. Mom's working 9 to 5 and Pop's working 5 to 3, but still living in poverty. Getting home around the time that it's time to eat. Trying to eat around the time that it's time to sleep. Stomach and knots this week. Thought about hustling rocks for cheap. Told yourself that that's not for me. Consciously said you never be a statistic or fulfill another prejudice prophecy. You staying true to yourself on these blocks and streets. Even if it means you could be shot deceased. 100, little young, and I just want to tell you that you mean a lot to me. More than diamond rings or designer jeans, carrots on my chain, good credit to my name. What I'm trying to say is, y'all are precious blessings, no question. Worthy of love, respect, and protection. The same education as the Hamptons, same economic and local community advancement. Someone to tell you you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're worthy of a dope I love you anthem. Cause even Jesus was ghetto fab, and he was helping the lost get home like a yellow cab. Children of the ghetto, keep your head up high. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be ashamed to try, because you were made to fly. If you were looking from the outside, it would appear from the surface that this home wasn't flooded with tears and curses. But I make it clear through bars, hooks, and verses what went on here. These scars look disturbing. Observe him a little bit before 9th grade. A little handsome kid, had an eye fade. He was insecure, couldn't defend his cause, so every insult cut him like a knife blade. Was raised right, took some shortcuts, following friends. Disappointed, but yet still bottled it in. Mom and Pop's working overtime, didn't see the personality, the sort of form in overtime. Him and his girl broke up, he was doped up, out of his mind. Sure enough, enemy showed up. I remember those days, so notorious. Thank God he got out of there so victorious. Every flick of my tongue was similar to the click of a gun. You wouldn't believe half the things I would say in my house. Running around with a live grenade in my mouth, throwing up, blowing up. But every Sunday, put on an act, a young hypocrite growing up, good at faking them out. I would live one way one day, another way another day. Start an argument, leave, come back, run away. I would run a race, but stop at Greg's, 2 shots to the head, rolling up to smoke a blunt, spent the whole summer blazed. Man, I was in my dumbest stage. I was having fun with rage. Pops was reading one thing, Mama's on another page. Come to think about it, this story could have been on the cover page. Yeah, I could have been a Marvin Gaye, but thanks to God's grace, your boy Jay Lang is spitting bars today. I know a city that's so condensed and drenched with a stench of dead bodies and hot blood is so intense. Don't make sense. Junkies on the bench, ladies and gents, just to fix this up, you're gonna need more than another wrench. No simple hand wash or bucket rinse. I'm convinced there's evidence and prints of this epidemic ever since the glitz and glamour, clips on cameras. Daddy Dollar switched to grammar way before the blicks and hammers. Now there's color lines, black on black crime, people colorblind. There's a grind like no other grind. Times like no other kind, sweating and bleeding for another dime. Now I know why these addicts keep fiending for another line. To get away from the madness, pain and sadness, cover the atlas, try escaping this bad trip. Citizens lost at the bottom of the map, trying to make it out the trap. It's not sunny, it's not funny. All this double talking among the nation and every congregation. 99.9% of these conversations, all of these statements like Haitians and Asians shouldn't be dating whites. Half of these countries live in a racist life. Dumb enough to think segregation could make it right, or 15 or 16 wrongs could ever make a right. These are the facts of life for more than blacks and whites, and no approximate bullcrap, exact, precise. Churches, homes, and little children been sacrificed. Adolescents beaten to death with bats and pipes, and most Americans do not care. Say that they never judge the next man and know that they blowing hot air. It's not fair, but homie, it's evident. I got the same skeletons, I'm living evidence. Here's a lesson, kid. From crack addicts to black Latins to wannabe thugs. Every living thing on this planet just want to be loved, and that's real. All eyes to the skies, don't be surprised. Words of the wise, observe the sun when it rises. No assumptions or introductions expected. Locally rejected, not overly accepted. People spit in his face, was locked up, arrested. Light of the world, white as a pearl, just reflected. The one-way direction, some say perfection. My source of protection, when it gets too hectic. If you can see it, the only reason that we connected. Who do you believe in? Who can you connect with? Haters, traitors, instigators, players, face or just two-faced spectators. How about somebody who did whatever he told you from the beginning till it was over? Maintain his composure, remained a soldier named J.C. Jehovah, way before Jay-Z was Hova. Meet the strongest man that ever lived and never died, now forever lives in heaven's skies. Did it as a gift just so we can live better lives. Recognize, read and weep the sweet lips that never lie. And yes, I work for him, and yes, I worship him. Spiritual or lyrical, whatever works for him. The Big Papa's Big Papa, a Rick Roster, mobster, rosters, legit opter, abandon the land of the lost, fight for what's right like the Son of Man on the cross, win against sin, handle a loss, iceless, priceless, kiss the hand of a boss, switch the fantasies off, don't wear that chain in vain for vanity's cost, 50 grand canopy floss, step your game up, throw the set from what you claim up, Jesus fell down but came up, resurrected, respected. Saddest thing is shattered dreams and battered teens. Gas is up, taxes up just to add to things. I'm mad it seems for every reason in every season. I need to realize the blessings just to be alive. I need to drive pass by my no good old hoods 305. I need to hear they cries, see they grieving eyes. People left with less than nothing, overseas stressed and suffering. Our soul just messed up, chest is gushing. No one to ease or relieve this pain, even at least explain these tragedies, recent planes, flames. Are these illusions and nightmares? Confusion is quite clear. We humans and right here, with open arms and a helping hand. Right here's a shoulder to cry on, lean over and die on. I will console you in my arms. Trust no matter what color, what case, what place or what race. Throughout the drama rain, do not slip up. Remember, I'm here for you, baby. Do not give up. And through these lyrics, I move your spirit. Nothing can ever break us away. I pray you make it today. Please believe. For single mothers working 5 to 5, those who not alive will just feel they alone, you're forever on my mind. For adolescents going through depression and they need someone to pick up the phone, you're forever on my mind. For those who lead a hopeless life, who drink and smoke dope just to cope with life, you're forever on my mind. Don't stop believing, continue to fight. You are the reason I continue to write. In this concrete jungle, struggling, stumbling, stomachs rumbling, crumpling, hatred and population is doubling. Blood is bubbling from west to east. Terrorism, we can't rest in peace. Threats increase. Someone should bless these streets. And in addition to this desert storm, storm. Some wishing they was never born. There's a new terror, a new era. God, just let your love just rain down above us. Aim now, hover over us, hug us, cover us from the rain now. I speak for those who can't speak for themselves. Young victims of drive-bys who can't eat by themselves. Personally, I wish that I could breathe for them, bleed for them, plead for them, give them some motivation to keep going. Meg, Gut, and Martin, they took bullets from me and rep my peoples to the fullest degree. Locked behind bars just so I can lift my voice, so I can marry anybody, baby. It's my choice. Down any street, I can ride my bike. I can shine my light. Freedom of speech, baby. That's why I write. When society's on the next topic, next profit, know do it together all the time. And you're forever on my mind. I know a whole lot about being rejected, disrespected, like your destiny has been intercepted. Nobody's checking for your press kit. They don't fool with your music because it's too eclectic, nothing to step with. Radio say it ain't the best fit because it don't sound like the next hit. Won't make it to the request list. Now you regret everything you've invested. People flooding you with bloody suggestions and questions. In a pool of piranhas getting your flesh bit, shark infested, dark no exits. Comments on the internet got you feeling neglected, wasn't what you expected. Now you introspective, smoking Newports, coming up with new thoughts on how will I survive in this game, carry the blue torch. Black and Miles blacking out for a few minutes. Black and proud, acting wild was a true menace. A young general, a lieutenant, trust I got on the whole armor of God. This is not a facade. I studied this rap game. Lorded all of my secret weapons. In 2007, they called me Batman. The king anointed me to bring rap justice. But I ain't 5'0" and I'm not Nas, yo. I'm just staying in my lane trabajando. Cada año, and ya know, me llamo el africano americano. Oye, con increíble si es posible. No necesitan brutos terribles. Todo el mundo juntos, believe me. DK, don't you ever compare somebody to me, see, I'm an entirely different species. Lil up north flavor, Lil Geechee, part human, part Marvel, part DC. I got my flows from Fiji. A gallon of greatness, leader of luxury. Fortune 100 companies couldn't afford a cup of me. In this game, LeBron James couldn't block me. Mayweather could never box me at his top speed. Major record labels can't stop me. They can't control me, they can't clone me, they can't copy. So go ahead and ask any cardiologist. They can tell you that I put my heart in all of this. This is beyond profit and politics. This is bigger than critical validation and industry adaptation, because right now, there's too many ignorant opinions from critics. Too many publications with conflicts of interest in it. Too many social media mentions instead of lyrics. Too many people confusing classic with what's trending. Who said hip-hop couldn't be revived? Who said every fan is deaf, dumb, and blind? Who said every rapper lacks a message and glorified crime? Who said Florida artists couldn't shine? Who said Justincredible never had to grind? Did they see my anxiety issues in Pembroke Pines back in 1999? Could they take a look at my checking account in 2009 when I can barely scrape to save a dime? Who said I'm too late past my prime and right now ain't my time? Who said I ain't one of a kind? Who said God didn't bless me with a beautiful mind and this wasn't all part of his divine design? Who said I ain't one of the greatest writers of all times, dead or alive? Whoever told you that, you pay them no mind. You know they lying. I'm Justincredible, aka Mr. Real Passion Flow. Let's go.